I think this video is long overdue. The most asked question, well, one of the most asked questions is, okay, how do I start a business? You know, what's the proper steps to take? What should I look out for? Things I should do, things I shouldn't do. That's a common question that I get when it comes to starting a business. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. I'm trying to get this channel popping, like I said before. I'm a new channel. I'm trying to get everything really rocking right, because I'm gonna bring a lot of information about a lot of different aspects in life to this channel. It's not gonna just be gaming. It's not gonna just be vlogs or me showing cars or whatever. I'm gonna give like actual value information that I've come across throughout my life, things that I did, things that didn't work for me, but things that may work for you, different advice that I can give to help other people achieve their goals and just kind of make the road easier so you don't have to run into the same roadblocks I did. So like I said before, I'm getting straight into it. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, boom. Okay, y'all, so like I said before, this video is strictly about things that you should know prior to starting your business. Rule number one, make sure your domain name, the actual company name and everything is user friendly. Make sure it's easy on the eye. You don't want something that's complicated, something that's just gonna be just ugly to the human eye. You don't want to do that. So make sure you think of the most simple name. It doesn't have to be simple. It could be, you know, your own unique name, but make sure it's something like, for example, if I was to start my own website, I would just do AlMaddin. I wouldn't do AlMaddin USA Co. or AlMaddin this, that, and third, because it's going to be confusing to the customer. So make sure you make it as easy as possible on the customer's eye. That's rule number one. Two, I'm not going in any particular order as well. I'm just kind of throwing stuff out there as I go. So we're going to make sure you have a proper merchant. And when I say merchant, I mean the PayPal, the Stripe. If you have Shopify, they're going to start you off with Shopify payments. One thing that I can suggest, do not go with Shopify payments, do not go with Stripe, and do not go with PayPal. Try to go get your own merchant account through your bank. It's going to save you a lot of headache. It's going to save you a lot of hassle. And when you sign up for that merchant account, make sure you put the proper dollar amount that you're expecting to make. Because a lot of us can be an overnight success. And that if you're overnight success and you told the bank or your merchant that you plan on making $2,000 a month or $5,000 a month, and you just happen to make $5,000 in a day, they're going to red flag your account and they're going to shut it down. But if you go with PayPal, if you go with Stripe, if you go with Shopify payments, they're going to shut your account down instantly. To save yourself some headache, to save it to where they're not freezing up your money, just to make the process easier all around, make sure you start off with the proper merchant. Because I'm gonna just tell y'all a quick story. We started a company named Skywalkers. The first day we made roughly about maybe $30,000, and they instantly froze the account. They instantly took the money. They froze it for 180 days. So that money was basically wasted. All those customers that we had pretty much was a waste. We couldn't fulfill their orders because they took the money. So we went over to Stripe. Boom, same problem, because spike in sales. These merchants really don't want a successful company. That may sound crazy, but it's actually true. Every company that we had that's basically took off, they froze the account, they held the money for 180 days, 90 days, however long they want to do it. We've even had them hold the money and give the money back to the customers without our control, and we potentially lost those customers because it's not a good look. You know, you come to us, you shop with us, and next thing you know, your money's frozen, we can't fulfill your order, boom, and it puts us in a tricky situation. So that's important. Make sure that you have the proper merchant when it comes to this kind of stuff, because you don't want to run into the same problem that I had to run into. It's not fun. Number three, make sure your website looks professional. I go to a lot of websites just to kind of see what other people's doing, you know, kind of scoping out the competition. And a lot of people just do not care about the presentation of their website. That's important. Earning the customer's trust is important, especially on the first go round. The first thing we need to focus on is gaining their trust, and gaining their trust with a professional presentation is always the easiest way to do so, because there's so many people scamming people and just trying to get over on people, but the presentation is terrible. So now if you align yourself with those people, you're basically making it to where it's harder to gain customers because they don't trust you. They've been scammed before. You know, people run off with their money. The order took forever to get there. That kind of stuff leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. So basically, just make sure that you don't align yourself with those people, and you want to put yourself here and not here with them. Another thing, your company logo. Make sure your company logo is eye-catching. Make sure it's appealing to the eye. Make sure it's professional looking. Again, like the website, we have to make sure our presentation all around it's all the way there. We have to make sure it's 100. So before you get anything started, make sure you have the perfect logo, the perfect website, the perfect company name, and your merchant. Make sure your merchant is a solid merchant. On to the next one. This is one that is important. This is going to be basically the engine of your company. Your supplier. Make sure your supplier is A1. There's a lot of suppliers on Alibaba, a lot of suppliers on AliExpress, a lot of suppliers on DHgate. The list goes on, but make sure you find a solid supplier. Go through reviews, see what other people are saying about the quality, about the lead time. Those kind of things play a big factor in it, because you don't want to start getting orders and it's time to order from your supplier and it kicks back because of the supplier either can't handle the amount of volume that you're giving them, or it could be a fraud supplier. You never know. So you have to watch out for that. Make sure you build a good relationship with them and keep it moving from there, because again, you don't want to run into the problem to where it's taking 3 months for the supplier to fulfill the orders, and now it's making you look bad without the customer knowing that you're actually getting this from the supplier, and it's basically prolonging the situation. So you don't want to run into that problem. And again, with that, the merchants, they hate when your supplier is not reliable. So you want to make sure you have a reliable supplier. They're professional. Everything is up to par. You can contact them whenever you need to contact them, because at the end of the day, we're dealing with money here. You don't want to play with other people's money. You don't want your money played with. Now, again, you don't want to run into that problem at the end of the day. So that's a key factor. That's something that you should definitely keep in mind when starting your business. Boom. Another key thing, make sure you have an EIN number. Getting an EIN number from the state is actually free. I'm going to put a link below in the description for those of you that's interested in actually getting an EIN number to start your business and have everything fall in line with your EIN number versus your social security number. Click the link below. Again, that is very important, because any money that's generated from your website, you want that to all fall under your business. Okay, so getting an EIN number is crucial when it comes to running a business. Another thing, when starting a business, getting an LLC is very important, but it's not something that you need in the beginning, because it could get a little pricey, $300 to $500, depending on who you have filing it. But that may be an expense that some of us do not have. So again, you do not have to have that starting out, but it is something to definitely look into as time goes on, as your business grows on, and possibly your business can fund the cost of your LLC. So keep that in mind when it comes to running your business. Getting an LLC or whatever, getting an LLC is definitely good in the long run. So I'm going to put a link in the description for a good place to get that started as well. Make sure you check that out. But overall, I kind of gave the main factors of actually running a business and things to look out for, things to avoid when actually going on your journey. Again, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is not easy. So you have to be strong-minded. You have to be able to deal with customers. You have to be able to deal with the delays in shipping that you may come across. You have to be able to deal with the things that come with actually running a business and not give up, because a lot of us give up after we run into the first few problems, and it basically it just defeats the purpose, and it's a waste of money, because you've already spent money on getting merchandise, getting the website done, paying for your LLC, and paying for all these other things. So you don't want to waste time and money and just give up on what you really want to do in life. So make sure you keep that in mind. Running a business is not easy. I know a lot of us entrepreneurs, we just show the glamorous side of actually being an entrepreneur, but it comes with a lot of stress. You have to deal with a lot of different personalities, especially if you have employees. But once you start getting customers, you have to deal with the customers' personalities. That can be tough sometimes, and you have to keep professional when you're dealing with customers. You have to be strong-minded when it comes to that. You have to keep in mind that there will be losses when it comes to business. We all take losses, but we don't like to call them losses here. We just call them lessons, because at the end of the day, you're basically paying to learn what not to do when it comes to running a business. Some of them can be pricey, some of them can be minor losses, but just take them as lessons, because at the end of the day, when you went down this path the last time, it didn't work in your favor. So now we're going to go this way, or we're going to go straight, or we're going to take a couple steps back. Sometimes we got to take a couple steps back, regroup, and go from there. That sometimes taking steps back, I know a lot of us are taught to keep pushing forward, keep pushing, but sometimes we have to take a step back and regroup. That could be more beneficial than constantly keeping moving without getting what's back here in order. So keep that in mind. Again, these are things that you should take into consideration when starting a business. I'm not saying that everything I'm saying is right, but I do think those things are definitely key things to keep in mind when starting a business. Again, I'm here to help. If you have any questions, boom, I'm here. Make sure y'all comment, rate, subscribe. I will be coming with new videos, gaming videos, car review videos, just videos of me saying different things that's going on in my life, seeing, you know, chiming on different topics that may be going on in your life, just kind of giving advice on different little avenues of life. I'm all about growth. I want to see people grow, man. It's not all about, some of us just need that extra boost. We need that extra guidance when it comes to chasing our dreams. A lot of us just don't know. We don't know who to turn to. Nobody around us may be in the position that we want to be in. So I understand that. I wish I had somebody like me to, you know, give myself advice and keep it moving like that. But again, like I said before, comment, rate, subscribe. I will be back with more videos. Stay tuned.